Have you ever wondered how your favorite cartoons are made? It's a question that might have crossed your mind as you watched your favorite characters come to life on the screen. Well, we're here to unravel that mystery for you. You see, cartoons are not just drawn and then magically start moving on their own. They're created through a fascinating process called animation. It's like a moving picture book, each page a new frame, each frame a new moment in the story. Imagine flipping through a picture book rapidly and you'll start to get the idea. But don't be fooled, this process requires a dash of creativity, a sprinkle of imagination, and a whole lot of hard work. From the birth of an idea, to crafting the characters, building the world, making it move, and finally, sharing the story, animation is a magical journey. So, are you ready to discover the magic behind your favorite cartoons? The first step in creating an animated cartoon is coming up with an idea. You see, the heart of every animation, every cartoon, lies within its story. It's the story that takes us on a journey, introducing us to memorable characters, exciting adventures, and important life lessons. Without a story, an animation is like a body without a soul, and we wouldn't want that, would we? So how do these stories come to life? Well, it all begins with a spark, a tiny flicker of an idea. This could be anything, really. Perhaps it's a dream about a talking rabbit or an overheard conversation in a coffee shop, or even a simple doodle on a napkin. It's these little seeds of ideas that have the potential to grow into something magical. Once the initial idea is there, it's time to let it marinate. Writers and artists may take this seed and plant it in the fertile soil of their imagination, watering it with creativity and sunlight of inspiration. And just like a plant, it needs time to grow. They brainstorm various scenarios, play around with different characters, and explore numerous possibilities. Now, creating characters is an art in itself. These are the beings that will carry our story forward. They could be heroes, villains, or just plain goofy sidekicks. But each character has to be unique, relatable, and engaging. They are sketched out, given personalities, and slowly, they start to take on a life of their own. Once the characters are set, it's time to weave them into a storyline that's captivating enough to hold the viewer's attention, yet simple enough for everyone to understand. This is where the real magic happens. The story takes shape, developing from a simple idea into a full-blown narrative. And then, when everything is just right, when the characters are fully developed, the story is engaging, and the idea is as solid as a rock, it's time to move on to the next step. Once the idea is solid, it's time to bring it to life. Have you ever tried to draw your favorite cartoon character? It's a fun activity, right? But did you know there's a lot more to crafting a character than just sketching an image? There's a whole world of creativity, imagination, and artistry behind it. Let's take a peek behind the curtain to see how animators breathe life into characters. First, it all starts with a sketch. An animator might doodle hundreds, even thousands of sketches, refining and tweaking until they capture the essence of the character. This is where the character's physical attributes and quirks start to take shape, like the size of their eyes, the style of their hair, and even the way they move. But it's not just about the looks. A character needs a personality, a history, a story. Animators think about who the character is, what they want, what they fear, and how they react to the world around them. This is what makes a character feel real and relatable. Now let's talk about colors. Colors are more than just pretty hues on a page. They tell a story too. For example, bright colors often suggest a happy, energetic character, while darker colors might hint at a more serious or mysterious personality. The choice of color can set the mood for the character and help define their personality. Next, we have shapes. Round shapes usually represent friendly, approachable characters, while sharp angles might suggest someone more intense or perhaps a bit dangerous. Shapes help to visually communicate a character's nature before they even utter a single word. And finally, expressions. They are the window to a character's soul. A simple grin, a furrowed brow, a twinkle in the eye. These tiny details can reveal a character's emotions and intentions. Animators spend a great deal of time perfecting these expressions to make sure the audience can connect with the character on an emotional level. And voila, a character is born. From the initial sketch to the final design, it's a journey of creativity, imagination, and a whole lot of artistic skill. But the real magic happens when these characters step into their world and start their adventure. After the characters are designed, it's time to set the stage. Every story needs a place to happen, right? Much like our own world, the animated worlds are spaces filled with life, color, and movement. They are not just backdrop or scenery, they are an integral part of the story, shaping the plot and revealing aspects of the characters' personalities. When animators begin to build the world of their story, the first step is to understand the narrative. What is the mood of the story? Is it a bright, sunny tale of friendship, or is it a darker, mysterious adventure? The world needs to reflect this mood. A cheerful story might take place in a colorful city park, while a thriller might unfold in a shadowy forest. The world's design sets the tone for the entire story, helping to draw the audience into the narrative. Next, animators consider the characters. Each character has their own unique personality, and the world around them should reflect that. A bold, adventurous character might inhabit a world filled with towering mountains and raging rivers, while a quiet, thoughtful character might live in a peaceful village surrounded by rolling hills and flowering meadows. By tailoring the world to the characters, animators give the audience a deeper understanding of who these characters are. The process of building the world is a balance of art and technology. Animators use a variety of tools and techniques to bring their worlds to life, from traditional drawing and painting to computer-generated imagery. Regardless of the medium, the goal is the same: to create a world that is believable, engaging, and visually stunning. And so, with the characters designed and the world built, the stage is set for the story to unfold. From the smallest details to the grandest landscapes, every element of the world serves a purpose, contributing to the overall narrative and enhancing the audience's experience. With the characters and world ready, the real magic begins. How do these drawings come alive, you may wonder? Well, sit back as we delve into the fascinating journey of animation. This process is like a dance, carefully choreographed to bring our characters and their world to life. Our journey begins with storyboards. These are like comic strips, a series of sketches that lay out the main events of our animation. They give us a rough idea of how the story will unfold. Just like a blueprint, they guide us through the construction of our animated world. Once we have our storyboards, we move on to keyframes. Picture this. You're flipping through a book quickly, and you see images that seem to move. That's essentially what keyframes are. These are the main poses of our characters, the important moments that define the movement. They are our guideposts. But what about the spaces between the keyframes? Well, that's where in-betweening or tweening comes in. It's like filling in the gaps in a story. Animators draw the frames that transition from one keyframe to another, creating the illusion of movement. This is where the magic really happens, where our characters start to move and interact with their world. Now, you might think that's a lot of drawing, and you'd be right. But don't worry, technology is here to lend a helping hand. With modern computer software, animators can create and manipulate digital models, making the process faster and more efficient. These tools allow us to breathe life into our characters in ways that were unimaginable just a few decades ago. And just like that, our characters are moving, living, and breathing in their animated world. Every frame, every movement is a result of careful planning and meticulous execution. It's a labor of love, a testament to the power of creativity and imagination. Finally, the cartoon is ready to be seen by the world. Each second of animation you see represents hours of hard work, a symphony of art and technology. So next time you watch your favorite cartoon, remember the magic that goes into making it move. Now that our cartoon is ready, how does it reach you, you may ask? Well, it's a journey that involves broadcasting and streaming, two key methods of sharing our delightful animations with the world. Broadcasting is the traditional way, where our cartoon is aired on television channels. These channels could be local, national, or even international. They have specific time slots for different shows, so you know exactly when to tune in to catch your favorite cartoon. Streaming, on the other hand, is a bit more modern. It allows you to watch our cartoon anytime, anywhere, as long as you have an internet connection. Websites and apps like Netflix, Hulu, and YouTube are popular platforms for streaming. But how do you know when and where to find our cartoon? That's where marketing steps in. Through advertising and promotions, we make sure our cartoon reaches its audience. And that's how your favorite cartoons are made, from a simple idea to the screen you watch it on.